It is time to finish Winds of Warmth. Alright, almost there, halfway there. Perfectly half. Let's see what happens. Beautiful. Ma'am, the supercomputer's attack just stopped. At the shout, Long Yan let the flame in her palm sputter out. The combat mechs that had been attacking seconds earlier suddenly went limp, collapsing into scattered piles. Looks like Andro did it. Relief! Relief had barely settled before a harsh electronic static pierced the air and into her head. Every screen flared the same vivid red. Hundreds and thousands of six-tailed foxes stared out in silence, watching over Lukalon. The sight was deeply unsettling. The residents of Lumina District backed away, instinctively crowding behind Long Yan. But Long Yan didn't flinch. Steady and composed, she simply lifted her gaze and met those on the screens. Is this her creation? She couldn't tell what Anne really intended, and with that doubt gnawing at her, she couldn't bring herself to call her mother anymore. Damn. Still, a sliver of hope refused to die. Maybe she'd misunderstood her. Maybe Anne never meant to raise her as a vessel. And maybe becoming the throne system's chosen operator wasn't so terrible. Maybe her mother had, in fact, thought about her well-being and chosen her for a reason. The thought wouldn't leave her. The more she tried to bury it, the more she knew she needed an answer. If it came from something real, fine. If it didn't, she needed the truth. What she meant to Anne, and why she'd been brought into this world at all. So, how do I find out? She tapped her folded fan against her palm as she paced. Her thoughts snapped to the three items at Moonlit Retreat. The access card, the invitation, and the handkerchief. She must have left them behind for a reason. The invitation had to be about Anne's career. Proof of the honor she'd earned. That left the other two. One of them had to be tied to the creation she'd poured her life into. The access card. I'm going back to Moonlit Retreat. Gather a few people and clean up here. With that, Long Yan set off for the coastal district. As for the third team, the handkerchief, she couldn't spare the attention for it right now. Back at Moonlit Retreat, she opened the case and took out the access card. It was the first time she'd touched it since the throne system activated. She'd barely held it between her fingers when it flared to life, blue circuitry blooming across its surface. Verifying biometrics. Biometrics verified. Optimal host confirmed. Establishing link. The voice didn't come from the card. It came from everywhere. Every device in Lukalon repeating it in perfect unison. Ooh. Okay. Long Yan glanced down at her terminal. A six-tailed fox sat at the center of the screen, staring back at her in chilling silence. The boss! Ah! She flinched, shoved the access card back into the case. Even with her terminal compromised, the comms link with Andro was still alive. Hearing his deep, reassuring voice let her breathe again. Long Yan, Freesia and I are on our way to the supercomputer's mainframe at a seafloor mining pit. How are things on your end? Lumina District should be fine. You don't sound right. Are you okay? The words caught in her throat. The truth was still too raw, and she couldn't bring herself to say it. After a long moment, she finally spoke again, her voice low and hoarse. I'm the vessel, the throne system's optimal host. What? Andro, if I had access right now, I could be of assistance to you, right? No. Don't even think about it. When we reach the mainframe, we can end this. Don't do anything reckless. Reckless. Yes, it would be. But I need to see what the throne system really is. What could possibly be worth lying to your daughter for? I need to know why Longyan even exists. Well, don't we all wish we all knew why we existed? Andro, I know it's reckless, even foolish. Can you talk me out of it? Her voice dropped with each word, lower and lower. Beside me, Frisha's face tightened as she ran. Go. Adjutant, what are you doing? Why aren't you stopping Miss Longyan? Why are you encouraging her? Frisha's protest burst out over the channel. On the other end, Longyan fell silent. Only the faint hitch of a stifled sob remained. Because Longyan deserves to know. She has the right to live with her eyes open. She deserves the truth. Once she has it, I trust her to choose for herself, not let Anne decide what she's supposed to be. That's the Longyan I know. Strong, brave, and sharp. Such faith! He has. Andrew, you really think so highly of me? Of course. I still owe you for a favor, don't I? This time I paid the back. Paid that back. Go see for yourself. Whatever happens, I'll save you if need be. I promise. All this, because of those 7,800 ships I put on the line for you. Is it worth it? If I say it is, it is. Okay. After that single word, Longyan left the channel. No matter how tightly she guarded her heart, Andro's words still slipped through. And with them, courage. Her Tytogen-formed foxtail curled around the terminal. The access card was slotted in, held fast as it hummed to life. She sank down against the rosewood cabinet. Scanning. Scanning. Optimal host detected. Key verified. Initiating integration. Integration initialized. She opened her eyes, and every camera in Lucalan fed into her vision. She saw Sophie standing beside the throne system's mainframe at the seafloor mining pit. An abnormal data conduit was attempting to download the entire throne system. With a single thought, Longyan cut off the data stream. So this was Anne's dream. Power that was almost godlike. She watched Sophie stumble back, collapse to the floor, then scramble up and flee the room. She saw Andrew and Frisha break into the mine, pushing toward the chamber that housed the mainframe. And when she saw him, she finally understood the price of integrating with the throne system. 20 minutes earlier! It waited in the silence of space, its gaze fixed on a single point on the continent below. In the boundless dark of the network, it lowered its gaze, careful not to startle its prey. At last, the prey lunged at the other hunter, locked in a struggle, both sides focused entirely on each other. It split off a subroutine carrying the confinement serum, like a hunter cutting rot from their own wound. It shoved the tainted fragment down the prey's throat. The fight only grew more brutal, but neither side realized that, in the chaos, the key to the treasure had already been stolen. There's an information processing system called the Throne System. Get me a full copy. Along with the message, coordinates were transmitted to Sophie's terminal. That moment, Andro and the others had only just arrived at Cathode Technologies Tower. Far from a tree or any high-density Tytogen field, Sophie could only receive orders through this one-way channel. She stopped in front of the supercomputer and set the special piece of Tytogen that Ida had given her onto the mainframe's casing. A shot of you from there. You look kind of different. Scanning. Unauthorized non-human unit detected. Initiating purge protocol. But the throne system's defenses were futile. That chunk of Tytogen carried Ida's program. It seized the mainframe at the hardware layer, like the Trojan horse of legend, let in and devastating from the inside. The Purge Protocol initiated a guard of armed robots. In the blink of an eye, Sophie turned the unthreatening machines into scrap. The intrusion and download continued. Beside the mainframe, Sophie noticed an outdated piece of equipment. More chair than machine. The throne? She scanned the room. No one else was there. Then raised her head, staring through the ceiling as if she could see Ada beyond the stars. A moment later, she took a seat in the throne. A brain-computer interface probe pressed to the base of her skull, seeking a connection. Fucking Matrix, baby. Unauthorized unit. Access denied. Under Ada's intrusion program, the firewall was brute-forced again right at the hardware layer. For an instant, Sophie was able to connect to the throne system. The connection lasted only a heartbeat. The link snapped and she was thrown out. But in that split second, she realized what she now held. She had never been this close. So close it was almost within reach. Everything that had cost her since Yahris. Deception, betrayal, sacrifice. If it only meant sacrificing herself, she wouldn't hesitate. But she didn't believe she had the right to sacrifice others. Lyosha, Elena, and a list of names that never seemed to end. Man, I didn't think those two would die. Shit. She would carry those sins herself. The price of stealing a sprig of paradise from a god's arms was hers to pay. She had whispered those names in prayer more times than she could remember. Living hurt more than dying. To live was to take responsibility. To live was to press on and carry the pain. But at least, it was finally within reach. Right beneath her. She had to take the entire system with her. In that brief instant connected to the system, she'd seen Andro closing in on the location. She needed real capacity, somewhere to hold the system. Nothing suited it better than Titagen. She lifted the piece of Titagen from the mainframe, and the intrusion program halted at once. Then she wrapped her arms around the piece of Titagen. Dissolve, convert, pain so fierce it felt like her nerves were being peeled apart, then fused back into place. But she held on as if she were holding Elena, as if she could hold every innocent life lost because of her. She smiled, tightening her arms until they shook. Her body wouldn't stop trembling. It felt as if she were being split open, then crudely kneaded into another shape. Hurry. Hurry. Andro could be here any minute. Hurry. She couldn't wait for her body to be ready. Fighting through the pain, she reached her hand laced with Titagen and pressed it into the throne system's mainframe. Data surged into her in a crushing wave, tearing through her like seawater pouring over a sinking hull. But no matter how it hurt, she didn't pull her hand away. At last, with opposing forces wrenching inside her, Sophie forced herself upright. Her body began to steady. She'd done it. The mainframe's cooling fans howled, and the transfer was nearly complete. Then, without warning, the mainframe cut her off. Frowning, she reached out again. What is this, the Eye of Sauron in digital world? A vast eye fixed on her. An instant later, her consciousness was wiped clean. Sophie froze where she stood. Moments later, she pulled the syringe Ida had given her from her coat and drove it into the mainframe. It was three-phase coagulant, Titagen in a phase-locked resonant configuration. Once activated, Titagen arranged in this pattern entered periodic in-phase oscillation. The fragmentation phase and energy phase collapse back into the material phase, releasing energy that drives the next resonance cycle. The process then propagates like a chain reaction, spreading outward until no Titagen remains within range to respond. She drove the plunger all the way down. The syringe's built-in mechanism triggered the first reaction, and the vibrations began to travel from molecule to molecule. To the naked eye, nothing changed. but along the throne system's outer edge, a dull gray veil began to form, creeping inward. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. 3 action parts. And then... Okay. Bring it. Oh, I got plenty. I haven't done the daily yet. That's right, she's not here. Right. This is trial. Yeah, I should use mine. Mine's is slightly better. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic.
This is it! The mine train used to depart from here! Bullets are faster than even my turbo!
Still wish the
Your
story
defeat was statistically inevitable.
was voiced. Damn it. Did we? Damn.
Even this area is swarming with machines! The throne system's trying to stop us from reaching its mainframe. Is anybody hurt? Stay where you are!
Come on, come on. I missed one. Amazing. Oh, damn it.
You're the Techitant. Look! Besides the usual mining freight, there's piles of old experimental waste. Dr. An's lab must be in the seafloor mining pit.
Oh, boy.
Anne doesn't have an auto-load program?
Oh. Very good. Oh. You know what? Damn. Ah. Need some stamina. I could just switch, but they're not in the stories. Oh, I want to be immersed. Don't want to use anybody that isn't in the story.
Is anybody hurt?
Immersion is important.
Patience is a virtue.
Who are you telling? I'm super impatient.
It's like they don't even calculate the cost.
Come on.
Your defeat was statistically inevitable.
No. No. Man, oh man. Last night, I'm not talking as much because I'm still drained from last night. I recorded a bunch of videos for Long Yan, and goddamn, she is great. Slight learning curve. Once you get the hang of it, she is spectacular. She can even handle.
Inevitable. Let's try to start this train.
This is a train?
It'll get us to the mining pit much faster.
This is a train? I didn't even notice. Now that I see that it's a train, kind of reminds me from the last level in Gears of War 1, before you face Rom. That whole... Yeah, you know what I mean. Reminds me of that. It's... Oh, I got it. Especially right now. Jeez.
Enemy searching.
Oh yeah. She's so good because damn it, annoying.
Is anybody hurt?
In the leveling and testing her video.
Adjutant, tell me.
Come on.
Can you see any improvement?
Let's see, I do. In the leveling and testing video, I forgot that Longyan is better with... She's an aptitude. She has buffs with an aptitude.
More combat mechs. There's no end to these robots.
You can handle it. Oh. I forgot that Longyan is buffed when she has an aptitude. And I mistakenly used Fenny as her support when I should have used Tess. Because she provides the Frost aptitude buff with her support skill. And when I did that, at the bonus part, I added a bonus test run because my dumbass didn't consider that aptitude buff. Because Longyan performs so much better with that. And I got more used to her gameplay. So she's gonna be whew, totally worth it. And I managed to finish Supreme Battleground as well.
It's like they don't even calculate their odds of success. Stay where you are.
Damn. Oh, Frisia, I'm glad you're getting a new frame or exosuit. Almost there. Here we go.
Is anybody hurt?
Damn it. Alright, come on. I don't have her signature, and I don't think I ever finished her neuronics, because I really didn't have enough. So that's why she's so lacking right now. Another one. Come on. Come on, I can do this. Come on, Frisia, you got this. Come on. Oh my god. Come on. There we go. Jesus. Oh, good. Thank goodness. Much quicker now.
Don't even calculate their odds of success.
Just come on the train. There you go. Very good. All of you, come on. Get on the train. Shit. Okay, let me just switch to, at least Acacia's in the story.
Ping. Your girl from another era has arrived.
Thanks. Thanks, Acacia. Frisia needs the help.
Pass me the ammo, darling.
Don't use the ult, though. Maybe I should. Let's use everybody.
As you summon Adjutant. Wait.
There we go. Very good.
I can't promise it, isn't I? Why did the train shake? Even the windows shattered. Did we hit something? Adjutant, let's go up top to take a look.
Did we?
Looks like we hit some crystals in the tunnel.
Nice.
It's like they don't even have to try.
Damn. I just realized these are new enemy types. I didn't even bother to notice. Again, I'm just tired.
Is anybody hurt? What do you think? Isn't Professor Freesia super reliable?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sure. You could say that. Okay. I've been, yeah. That's right, yeah. Just checking, just checking. Yeah, I am just checking. Come on, come on.
Cathode Tech's main assets have already been taken offline. But some units remain under the supercomputer's control.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's wipe them out. We can't let them interfere with Darling and Freesia.
Wait. Oh,
Time for some exercise.
I should have. Oh well. Marian should be in here.
Noobs.
Damn. I just don't know when the story would switch to the other operatives.
Special targets appearing in mass outbreaks.
I'll use your other form.
Trans-phase core. Wax.
Yeah.
Noobs.
I wonder if they were able to find the mainframe.
Don't worry. With Darling leading the way, they'll be fine.
Yeah, you're definitely in this form with that voice. Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Special targets appearing in mass outbreaks.
I still wish they ever, what's it called, fix that when she's in this form. She should always have that. The older version of her. Always with her voice. It's a little continuity error. It would just fit. It would just be immersive.
Trans-phase. Noobs. Now this is getting interesting.
I dodged. Can I? Oh. Okay.
Glad you like it, darling.
I mean, what a victory. Okay. Lovely. It's now that when it's towards the last half of the story, most of the illustrations come out. All right. Longyan's voice vanished from the open channel. Right then, Freesia and I reached the seafloor mine. We followed the abandoned train tracks deeper inside and quickly arrived at the extraction pit. It was darkness, except for the faint glow given off by some crystals embedded in the rock. Freesia kept pace beside me, her brow furrowed. She hesitated for a long moment before she finally spoke. Adjutant, is Miss Longyan really going to be okay? Don't worry. I said I'd save her. You know I never make a promise I can't keep. You're smart, Professor Freesia. You can figure out how the optimal host uses the throne system, right? Let me think. A material to fragmentation conversion? Dr. Ann did that with a brain-computer interface. With a brain-computer interface, the user can integrate with the throne system almost completely and unlock everything it can do. That's what she said in the vision. So Miss Longyang must have used some kind of material to fragmentation conversion method to upload herself. Her consciousness should still be in the fragmentation data space. And going by what we've seen so far, a state like that has to be reversible. So we just need to get the mainframe as fast as we can. Right. Stay close. We quickened our pace. The deeper we ran into the mine, the more the place started to feel like a lab. The transport pipes overhead and along the walls had been repurposed into liquid cooling lines. By tracking them, it was easy to tell which way the mainframe was. After countless turns, a large, glass-like cube came into view. Something's off. It feels like something's spreading. A pale gray-white bled into the blue equivalent, a color that didn't belong here. Against the throne system's hulking black bulk, it stood out even more. It was Sophie. She was there. Longyan's voice came through my terminal, cold and level. It was hard to connect to the woman who always wore an elegant smile. Longyan? How are you holding up? I'm fine. She injected something into the mainframe. The throne system is converting to the material phase. Don't worry, I'm getting you out of there. It's dangerous inside. Your priority should be destroying the mainframe. I promise I come for you, and I will. Don't worry about that promise. Oh, Adjutant, doesn't Miss Longyan sound a bit off? No time to dwell on it. Sophie was here. The fragmentation data space is collapsing into the material phase fast. We're running out of time. Frisha, can you get me inside? Leave it to me. Frisha's exosuit lit up and swept the lab's instruments in a rapid scan. Here, we can use this brain-computer interface. Give me a sec. All clear. It's all good to go. I hurried to the seat beside Frisha and grabbed the connector. Wait! Her exosuit was still synced to the brain-computer interface. She stared at the Ember System's console, and her expression grew graver by the second. Adjutant, the supercomputer's computing power is materializing. If you don't get out in time... I glanced down at the connector in my hand. Frisha caught my hand in both of hers. No, you can't. It's too risky. Your consciousness could get sealed inside the Taijin. I wouldn't even know how to pull you back out. Then I'll be back before it gets that far. Longyan's in there, in that very danger right now. I'm not leaving her in there, and you're not the kind of person who would either. Even if we didn't know her, even if she were just a stranger willing to sacrifice herself to save Lucalan, we'd still get her out. Right? Yeah. Let me try. Track my position, and mark her route back to the exit for me. I held out my hand, and let the connector's white fibers climb into my skin, spreading across the back of my hand until they formed a thick, moss-like mat. Then I looked at Frisha in the eyes. She clenched her jaw, though she couldn't bring herself to make the decision. Okay, I'll do it. You can count on me. Listen up. Don't go near any null zones. I'll mark an exit route right under your feet. Just follow the line. Alright. And Longyan didn't enter the mainframe from here. She must have used another access point. Which means you don't need to bring her back here. Just make sure she leaves the way she came in. Got it? Got it. Before I could say anything else, Frisha pushed me back into the chair wired to the brain-computer interface. She leaned in, pecked me on the lips, then pressed a quick kiss to my forehead. Go. Do it. Even if you get lost, I'll pull you back out. She took my hand and smoothed the interface filaments, pressing them flush against my skin. I didn't even have time to answer before my consciousness sank into an endless sea. Andro sat in the chair, his consciousness already streaming through the brain-computer interface and into the mainframe. Frisha swallowed hard. She linked in through the Ember System and quickly pinpointed Andro's current position. The conversion to the material phase had only just begun. The Ember System immediately mapped out countless escape routes out of the data space. But the process kept accelerating. It started as a single point and spread outward. The conversion front widened by the second. At the same time, as if something from another dimension were bleeding through, gray voids began opening at random across the data space. They were null zones, pockets of true nothingness inside the data space, where even zero did not exist. Frisha's breath quickened. Then it hit her. She wouldn't even have time to panic. Stay calm, Frisha. She slowed her breath, trying to ease her heartbeat. It didn't work. Sweat slid down her skin, and heat built inside her exosuit. No, I can't just stand here! In a flash, she saw the real problem. Null zones had no pattern. They appeared at random. If one closed over this entry point, Andro's consciousness would never make it back to his body. She had to do something. She couldn't just wait and pray the worst would hold off a little longer. She reached for the interface. The Ember system and the nerves beneath her skin linked into the throne system. Shit. Dump, dump, dump. Dump, dump, dump. Visual feet surged through the interface and back into the real world, pulling her body's physiological signals with it. That giant eye, suspended high in the sky, fixed its gaze on her. Rendered data overlapped with a null zone at the edge of her vision. Far off, a gray strain was spreading. It felt like two voids touching. At the point of contact, the gray began to leak into real space. Frisha noticed it. She calculated the location of the nearest null zone and headed straight for it. As she moved, the Ember system was already modeling the null zones' seepage and expansion. It gave her the earliest and latest times the entry point could be sealed. No, this is way too fast. She gritted her teeth and forced herself closer to one of the null zones. A faint pull tugged at her, trying to draw her in, to swallow her and make her part of it. She backed off to a safer distance and set a command to the Ember system. But she was far from the entry point now. The response took too long to return. When it finally came back, it included a slice of Ember's processing power. She split it off and fed it into the null zone's edge. The null zone immediately began to creep toward the bait, a dense chunk of compute. In exchange, the spread along its other edges slowed, if only slightly. It works! No, wait. There are too many. They're everywhere. To steer every null zone away from the entry point, she'd need an enormous amount of compute as bait, and she'd have to keep recalculating the real-time spread. The numbers were obscene. The Ember system couldn't handle it, no matter what she tried. Oh, I've got it! She turned and sprinted back to the entry point, then pulled herself back into the real world. She pulled up the Ember system's operations hub. Hundreds of thousands of nodes were lit, and the count was still climbing. Each node was an active terminal, each device that had connected to the Ember system. If she borrowed a tiny slice of processing power from each one, it would be enough. She could bypass every terminal's firewall and take what she needed. In seconds, she finished writing a program that would quietly crack the highest level of access. But as her finger hovered over the send key, she hesitated. Her mind leapt ahead. If this ever came to light, her career in science would be over. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I know it's ethical. Ethics. It's unethical. Come on. And she wouldn't be the only one to pay. Her advisor would be dragged down with her. Her alma mater would be pulled through the mud. The summit she had dreamed of for years would be forever out of reach. Even if nobody ever found out, she couldn't continue her research. That was the line she refused to cross as a scientist. Yes, you're one of those. You're one of the good scientists that has ethics. That's a good thing, but I know. It's not right. It's not right. There's a reason why ethics exists. Because otherwise the shit that happened in World War II wouldn't happen. No. Wait, if we didn't have ethics, then the shit that happened in World War II and the other stuff would continue to happen at a grander scale. There we go. There we go. And Andra wouldn't agree with it either. Getting the right result the wrong way was not something he'd ever approve of. Calm down, Freesia. Think. There has to be a way to do this without crossing the line. There are no compromises. There's still time, I think. 1 minute. I just need 1 minute. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can... Shut the fuck. She stamped her foot, tapped into the lab's cameras, and pushed the comms request to every terminal connected to the Ember system. Ooh. Everyone, can I have your attention, please? Citizens of Luculon and everyone who just downloaded the Ember system. I'm Dr. Freesia, the Ember system's developer. Please do not close this video. I'm asking for your help. This is an emergency. Luculon is in immediate danger. Andro, the hero who saved you before, and Miss Longyan of the Luculon Chamber of Commerce are in grave danger right now. You've seen what's happening in the streets. I'm not lying. I've held it back for the moment, but we're running out of time. If you can, please lend me a portion of your device's processing power. We really need it. Your device may run slower if you agree, and for any losses caused by that, I'll take full responsibility on behalf of Yggdrasil to cover them. Oh, okay. Hey, when she finished, she pushed the recorded video out through the Ember system to every connected terminal. Her other hand stayed poised over the send key for the intrusion program. Time was running out. If she couldn't gather enough processing power, she wouldn't hesitate again. Not a single node lit up. Waiting was the worst part. Every second stretched out, getting the message through, playing the video, making a choice. Meanwhile, at Moonlit Retreat, Cersei saw Frasia's video and instantly went into panic mode. Oh no! So Miss Longyan's in danger, and Chief went to save her? No, no, no. I can't let anything happen to him. They need processing power. She bolted into her room and dragged out her portable terminal, her comms terminal, a backup terminal, and every device she could find. Accept. Why can I only lend this much? And she dashed into Longyan's room and scooped up the little robotic fox. It's okay, little buddy. I'll upgrade your system later. She approved access to the little fox's processing power too. Still not enough. She had to do more. Right. Miss Lou and the others. Hello? Miss Lou? Can you hear me? Cersei? I was just about to call you. Did you get that Ember system message? I did, but I didn't understand half of it. Someone's in danger? And they want to borrow something? Who's in trouble? The Adjutant and Miss Longyan. They're in danger. Just tap accept in the app and you can help them. Huh? Then we gotta save them. But this won't mess up my terminal, right? A young doctor says Yggdrasil's gonna cover any losses. What's Yggdrasil exactly? Some big corporation? Don't worry. The Adjutant works for Yggdrasil. If anything goes wrong, they can cover it. You mean that man from the flood? The one who froze the water and saved everyone? Huh? Oh, yes. That's him. What are we waiting for? I'm done. I'm tapping it. Done. Are Miss Lee and Miss Zhang with you? Can you tell them too? Sure thing. Don't worry, leave it to me. And Longyan's a good person. Can't let anything happen to her. Oh shit. Shit. Just keeps on going. Geez, already? Already? A little too quick. Well, let's see. Whoa! A suffocating weight settled over her. It was denser, more sluggish than any fragmentation space she had ever known. Information that should have flowed like tides was dropping instead, collapsing in on itself and hardening into something heavy and solid. As danger crept closer, Longyan accepted it with quiet calm. Pain, fear, hesitation, every emotion thinned out, washed away by a single overwhelming swell that swallowed everything in its path. So this is what it feels like to become a god. Come on, are you really a god? It's just digital power. Sophie's intrusion had forced the throne system to temporarily relinquish control over the machinery across the city. But as the optimal host linked in, the complete throne system, now Longyan, began rebuilding herself piece by piece. Her access level kept climbing exponentially. Every camera and scanner became her eyes. Every street and back alley in Lukalon lay exposed beneath her gaze. Every machine became her limbs, her body. In a city built on technology, she was omnipotent. Focus was no longer necessary. Running thousands, then tens of thousands of threads at once felt as easy as breathing. Across hundreds of thousands of live feeds, Longyan saw everything. Civilians caught in the chaos, damaged buildings, and faces twisted with fear and confusion. A moment later, all of the robots across the city suddenly restarted. Machines that had been running berserk just moments before snapped back into order. As if an unseen hand had reset their protocols, they moved with purpose now, clearing debris, carrying the uninjured, and evacuating civilians to safety. People stared at the orderly formations of robots, too stunned to speak. None of them noticed that the six-tailed fox on their screens had quietly grown 3 more tails. Lukalon was returning to the way it was meant to be, just as Anne had planned. Anne had known it from the start. A child raised with love would stand with humanity, and she would make the right choice the moment she became part of the throne system. Only then did Longyan understand why she was born, that her mother's love had never been without a purpose. Mother used to tell me bedtime stories. She'd make my favorite food. Mommy, Mommy! Just a second. Did you wash your hands? Yep, look! She was still bouncing in place, flicking water from her tiny fingers, when the bowl was set in front of her. Ice jelly slick with chili oil, sesame scattered over the top. A taste she had already forgotten. Even the warmth of her mother, wiping her mouth with a handkerchief, felt distant now. Slow down! No one's going to take your food away. It's so spicy! Here, drink this. A bowl of chilled sugarcane water. Cool in the tongue, with a soft sweetness. She said she didn't want much from me. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel glad you were born. And I want you to live with a heart full of love. Because once she stepped onto that path, she would no longer be able to feel love. A cost! There's always a cost. For a moment, Longyan almost felt grateful for her transformation. Perhaps this, too, was mercy. Because she could no longer feel pain. She could not even feel the pain of losing the ability to feel pain. There was only one regret. The word she wanted to say to Andro. She would never get the chance. And just as she realized she was no longer a bodiless presence spread through the system, her existence drawing inward, condensing around the core. Longyan! Longyan! Huh? He was calling her. His voice rang clear in her ears. It lasted only a heartbeat, but the sight of him running toward her still stirred something in that silent sea. Andro, why are you here? Before that last trace of perception slipped away, Longyan asked the question. The next instant, even the ripples he caused were swallowed by the endless swell. Because I promised you. But when you made that promise, Sophie hadn't done anything to the throne system yet. And I told you, don't worry about that promise. Mother's love wasn't real. Everything I've been chasing all this time, it wasn't real. So if that promise isn't real either, that's fine. God damn it. Andrew, I'll get you out. It's dangerous here. What about you? Me? What did me even mean now? Long Yan or the throne system? She asked herself silently. Until I'm fully taking over, I'll keep watch over Lukalon and help you. It's a shame. If Sophie hadn't gotten in the way, I would have had the power great enough to even fight Ida. No, you shouldn't have to do that. You asked why I came. Yes, there was our promise, but more than that. I came for you, Long Yan. Who you are, the strong, brave woman who never turns away when someone needs help. Hold on to me. Ah, glorious! Getting a little too into it. Like someone adrift at sea, finally finding driftwood. She felt a broad, warm hand close around her forearm, steady as an anchor. There he was, right in front of her. No hesitation, no second thoughts, just as he'd promised. As if it weren't the most natural thing in the world. The warmth of him lit the dim space. In that light, the noise of Data softened and fell away. Without thinking, she reached out and touched that light. It felt familiar, like she'd done it before. That in this world, people like you actually exist. No, I'll have to read your palm and see if your heart truly matches your words. Right, back then I saw it. Pieces of his past that left me breathless. Andrew. Be sincere. Selfless. Kind of person would pay any price to protect the world. I still miss you. I still miss you. And once, she'd been the one held in the warmth of his sincerity. Adjutant, why are you telling me this? Because you've been helping me without even knowing what you were stepping into. I can't keep leaving you in the dark. That'd be a lousy way to repay our goodwill. And to be clear, I didn't intend to hide anything from you. I just hadn't had the chance to explain it. Goodwill? No, I told you. I know. You never lend a hand for free. Let's call it that then. Simple. Because our relationship isn't the kind where I can just leave you behind when things get dangerous. Oh? Then what is it? The kind where we can drop the formalities and just call each other by name. The kind where we have history, debts, and too much between us to walk away. That kind of sincerity outweighed any fortune. If you still can't find a reason to live, then let me be one. Come with me. Let's get out of here. Together. Didn't you say you wanted to see spring and come back to Lukalon? You remembered even something I said offhand. And what she'd glimpsed of his past, it almost felt as if she'd shared in the warmth of his protection too. She knew it was only an echo, but she still wanted to believe it. And then there was everything after she met him. All the small moments of kindness that tugged at her heart. I owe him this. I owe him so much. It's only right I pay it back. At the very least, I can't fail him. Now that's a good one. Now that... I know what the thumbnail's gonna be. In an instant, something sealed tight inside her. Something sealed tight inside her tore open. How nice. What a nice illustration. Everything she'd locked away surged through the break, lifting her and pulling her free of the threads that had been binding her. She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. She couldn't hear what Andrew was saying either. Even so, they understood each other. Clearly, wordlessly. The love between them surged through every thread at once, impossible for Long Yen to ignore, until it fulfilled the emptiness in her heart. I heard you. Andrew, from now on, I'm yours. Wow. Goodness gracious. The force she couldn't resist caught her and tore her free from that dark, sealed place. Held in his warm embrace, they raced toward the boundary between consciousness and reality. His voice was gentle in her ear. Go back to Moonlit Retreat and wait for me. I'll come for you. Wow. The fuck? Oh, fuck it. I can't. It's just... fucking Naruto, bro. At that moment, more than 30 kilometers from the seafloor mine, the city center teetered on the edge of another disaster. Without warning, a colossal fox-shaped phantom materialized above the streets. Gray-blue light ran along its outline, its translucent body spanning an entire block. Its rose-magenta eyes held no life, no light. It lowered its head, gazing down at the people below as it searched for... the nine-tailed fox. God damn it. Okay. Everything. Yeah. Okay. I'm making great time. God damn. Shit. Minutes earlier, inside the lab at the seafloor mine, Frisia's finger hovered over the send key, a breath away from pressing it. Just when she had finally given up and braced herself for the consequences, she felt processing power begin to flow in. At first it was a trickle, feeding into the Emperor System's core. Then the trickle became a flood. Terminal after terminal opened up, lending her spare capacity and routing it into the system. Her exosuit let out a loud, strained whine as the load surged through it. Yes! Yes! She didn't waste a second. Her fingers flew across the console, firing off commands as fast as she could type. The Ember system gathered the borrowed capacity, shaped it into virtual streams, and routed them exactly where she needed them. The first deployment laid down a data barrier, serving as a fire break. Now came the real problem. Steering the null zones, redirecting their spread into the barrier and away from the exit route. At the same time, she had to stay ready for new null zones to bloom without warning, tracking and intercepting them the instant they formed. Under normal conditions, she would have written a program to manage everything. That was the clean way, but there was no time. So she became the program herself. She ran her mind like a machine, iterating through each thought thread and polling its state and sequence. Compute the next move, choose the optimal path, commit the decision, execute, repeat. It was the most efficient orchestration she could sustain on nothing but her own brain, and the heat started to climb. Her exosuit was the compute hub, the node carrying all that borrowed processing power, and it began to strain. Some processing units overheated under the sustained load. They thermal throttled, began to fail, and then one by one dropped offline. The stream of borrowed compute stopped growing. No new terminals joined in. With that, the shared pool began to break apart, graying out as it bled back into the data space. She furrowed her brow and took the decision-making onto herself, reserving what compute remained for raw calculation. This caused the strain on her brain to spike again. Still, she didn't stop. In the data space, the route guiding Andro stayed bright and steady, a beacon that refused to dim. It was a world drained of color. On the way in, the data space hadn't been like this. Now everything was turning to gray. A winding road stretched ahead, a guiding line glowing beneath it. Like a channel carved through an ocean, I tore along it at full speed. Long Yan had already left through her own entry point. I had to get out before the gray void swallowed mine. The route twisted and doubled back again and again. But the guiding line never went dark. It should have been engulfed by the waves of crushing gray, but somehow it remained intact. As I ran, the gray began to thin. Close to the entry point, I looked back. Behind me, the gray rolled in, like the tsunami that had smothered Lucalan's sky a week earlier. Finally, the exit came into view. I lunged through and slammed back into the real world. When my eyes opened, Freesia was on the floor, hunched over the Ember System console, still forcing herself to keep going. Oh, I scooped her up in my arms, and for a moment she didn't even notice. Her fingers, already off the keys, kept tapping at empty air in a dull mechanical rhythm. She stared at me, unfocused. The spark that usually radiated in her eyes was gone. Freesia? Yeah. She clutched her head, her face twisting with pain. I supported the back of her head, closed my hand around her trembling fingers, and pulled her against my shoulder, wishing I could take it for her. With my other hand, I tore off her exosuit's overheated extension module. The smell of scorched insulation hit me at once. The Ember System had fried itself. Her glutamate levels were dangerously high. Cyrus had explained it once. Glutamate is the brain's primary excitatory neurotransmitter. In excess, it can trigger toxicity? Toxicity. Okay. Neurons overstimulated to the point of irreversible damage. Freesia. While I'd been inside the throne system pulling Long Yan out, Freesia had been out here, quietly holding everything together. That winding road I had escaped along wasn't luck. She carved it out with intelligence and pain. It had taken far more out of her than I could see. Every time I needed her, though, she would only ever say, "Leave it to Professor Freesia." Aww. Guilt sat heavy in my chest. As I used Tytogen to remove the excess glutamate in her brain, I couldn't stop thinking about what she'd done for me. She led the design of almost every exosuit in the field. Whenever I needed her, she was there. And I'd never fully understood the technical side of any of it. Anything that demanded that level of expertise always ended up on her shoulders. Okay, I'll do it. You can count on me. Freesia? I said it softly. Her eyes fluttered open. My head. It hurts. Easy. No more thinking. It's over. I'm fine. Long Yan's fine too. Oh. Can you get up? Give me a minute. If I move, everything spins. Oh, how splendid. Oh, it still hurts. Freesia, I'm sorry. Where'd that come from? I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me. And this time too. You lost the Ember System, didn't you? You're much more important to me than the Ember System. I didn't even hesitate. Damn it. I know how much you wanted to get to the... I know how much you wanted to go to this year's summit. Your advisor handed you the invitation herself. The Ember System was supposed to be your showcase. Well, to me, it didn't even count as a choice. Technology exists to help people. There's no way I'd stand there and do nothing while Miss Long Yan was in danger. And even if it weren't her, if it were just some stranger, we'd still save them. If Ember breaks, it breaks. If I miss the summit, so be it. And if my brain's fried, oh well. Fried? Yeah, my brain's kind of lagging. I pushed it too hard mapping those routes. It's pounding right now. That's your glutamate levels crashing. You're not allowed to get fried. I'll get you the best neurologist there is. Haha! You're my Professor Frisha after all. Wow. I'm still sitting on the floor and you're already thinking that far ahead? You're making up to me first. Absolutely. Whatever you want. I meant it. In that moment, there was nothing I wouldn't have done for her. Oh my god. But she simply opened her arms. I want a hug. Oh, just one hug and I'll be fully restored. So adorable. Okay. Oh, okay. Quite nice. I pulled her close and kissed her. Very nice. Feel that? Hard to breathe when my incredible curves take up all the space, right? Way to go! Way to go! You adorable little munchkin. I knew she was trying to cheer me up with a joke. But what I felt was the hot sweat still clinging to her skin from the heat fierce enough to fry the Ember System's processors. I held her tight. Her body slowly grew heavier in my arms. Aww. I'm getting sleepy. Can I nap for a bit? I'm really tired. Go ahead. I got you. Exhaustion claimed her almost immediately. I lifted her and broke into a run toward Moonlit Retreat. Soon after, just as I was about to turn onto Chongfu Street, a sleepy voice came from my arms. Hey! Is Miss Longyan joining the Heimdall Force? When did you wake up? A few minutes ago. I just wanted to stay like this a little longer. Sure. Stay in my arms. Nope. I don't think so. What if you two start kissing the second you walk in? She slipped an arm around my neck, stole a quick kiss, then slid out of my arms. Hehe, don't forget who was first. Oh my god. Alright, go on. Wow. Oh my. Longyan didn't know how much time had passed before she became aware of her body again. She pushed herself up beside the rosewood cabinet and nearly crumbled. Her limbs felt boneless. She couldn't muster even a trace of strength, as if some of her power had bled away. Maybe it was the aftershock of leaving the throne system. But that didn't matter at the moment. Because right now, her heart wanted one thing. She needed to see Andro. She couldn't wait to return his love, to feel more of it, and to remember what it meant to live as a person. Wow! Wow! Wow. Gritting her teeth, Longyan braced herself against the furniture and the inn's pillars, inching toward the doorway one step at a time. Before she could reach it, hurried footsteps echoed down the alley outside. Her heart leapt with excitement. She pushed the door open, and there Andro was, exactly as he'd promised. Longyan, are you okay? I'm fine. The words had barely left her mouth when her strength gave out all at once. Her knees buckled, and she sank toward the cold stone floor. But the impact never came. His arms caught her and drew her into a strong, warm embrace. For a moment, all she could feel was Andro, his warmth, the reassuring rhythm of his heartbeat. A thought slipped through her mind. This must be what happiness feels like. Her eyes locked on his face. The face of the man who would risk his life to pull her back from the brink. Is all of this real? It feels too good to be true. The doubt rose unbidden in Longyan's heart. So she reached up. Her fingertips trembled as they traced his brow, brushed the corner of his eye, slid down the bridge of his nose, and stopped at the faint curve of his smile. Touch wasn't enough. She needed something stronger. Something she couldn't doubt. This time she didn't hesitate. The only thing she did the only thing she wanted to do right then. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. She cupped Andrew's face in both hands, closed her eyes, and pressed her lips to his. Damn. That's nice. A kiss. She poured everything she had into it, as if she were afraid time might run out. As if all the words she had ever been able to say had finally found somewhere to go. A kiss with the weight of a lifelong promise. When their lips met, softness and heat intertwined. The world fell away. Her breathing came apart, her heartbeat roaring in her ears. She clung to him, kissing him again and again, until the warmth of him left no room for doubt. Only now did she truly believe this wasn't a dream. In that moment, in Andrew's kiss, she understood what her life was meant to be. Not to be a vessel, not to be a god, just to be herself, alive, burning, and held in his arms. Then it was settled. From now on, she would live for Andrew, staying by his side wherever he went. At last, she found the words for her most honest confession. Andrew, I love you. Oh, God. Did you hear me? Loud and clear. God, this should have been voiced. Oh, God, should have been voiced. Why? At that, the beautiful woman in my arms let out a soft, silvery chuckle, full of her usual grace and allure. When we still hadn't let go after a long moment, Frisha planted her hands on her hips and shot us a look of weary disbelief. Hello! That should be long enough, right? Hello! Her teasing finally made Long Yan self-conscious. Cheeks warm, she eased herself out of my arms. Alright, the great nine-tailed fox is out there, wreaking havoc. But the instant she straightened, an eerie flare erupted from the coast. The phantom outline of a six-tailed fox appeared, and rapidly solidified. Adjutant, look! What's going on over there? From countless drifting interfaces, star-bright streams of data pulled upward. Like meteors flying in reverse, they surged into the sky, assembling into a godlike form. First a spine, then limbs, then a head. An eerie pair of rose magenta eyes snapped open. The fox touched down. The ground shuddered. That has to be the throw system materializing in physical form. Let's move. We need to get there before it causes more damage. Ah, how splendid. Damn, that was nice. God damn it, man. This should have been voiced. I would have felt it so good. I would have felt it. If it was voiced, it would have been so immersed. This could have been as compelling as Abyssal Dawn with Narita. That, I still remember that story. I felt that, I felt that passion there. And the fact that I still remember it is the evidence of it. It was so passionate. Full of passion. This could have been it too if I had been, what's it called? If I had been voiced. Damn. Ah yes! So it's trial Long Yan. I could use mine. But maybe I should use the trial one, because I like to think If you haven't pulled Long Yan yet, she hasn't joined Heimdall yet. She wouldn't have the good stuff. So that's what I like to assume. That's what I like. Headcanon, okay? Trial. I'll just trial it. Plus, I kill the fox too fast. Okay, bro.
Allow me to scout ahead for you.
Right. Remember yesterday, you practiced. Whoa. Dude, this thing is huge.
Fox's flames consume.
I practiced, damn it.
Full blaze. Burn them to ash. Ha! Cleansing fire.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Her E skill does not have poise. Just gotta time it right. Oh, and she can use her skill. No matter how far away she is from the enemy, she will teleport right on the enemy, no matter how far she is. Which I think is pretty cool. Aw. Dude, I still... Anytime there's like mythology with the 9 tails and whatnot, 6 tails, I just think of Naruto, man. God damn it. I know the legend and mythologies of divine foxes predate the damn anime, but still, I grew up watching this shit. That shit. That was my first anime. Fucking Naruto. Whoops. What am I supposed to do here? How do I dodge this?
Oh, now I'm intrigued. Blaze.
Nice try.
Fox's flames.
Yeah, this boss would definitely have died real fast if I used my Long Yan. No! I wasted that! Damn it! I timed it terribly, man.
Yeah. The price of this transaction is your life.
That huge... That fox is huge, though.
This is starting to get fun.
Very good. Nice and relatively. You know what? It was paced just right with the trial. If you use the trial Long Yan. Ooh, the six-tailed. Let me do that again. The six-tailed fox threw back its head and let out a shrill howl. Its eyes turned blood red. Its whole body trembled, 6 tails lashing wildly behind it. The three-phase coagulant had given it the form of a divine fox, but it was a shell with nothing inside. No mind, no will, no thought. It had only one purpose: to devour Longyan, the throne system's vessel. It dropped low, claws digging into the dirt as it coiled to strike, teeth grinding with a dry, ugly scrape. Without hesitation, it sprang straight at Longyan. I hooked an arm around Longyan's waist and pulled her clear with a swift leap to the side. The strike sliced through empty air. I lifted a hand before I could deliver the finishing blow. Longyan reached up and stopped me. Wait, Andro. May I? The fox was already gathering itself for another pounce, but its fierce snarl didn't scare Longyan in the least. Her eyes were calm, almost peaceful, with a faint hint of wistfulness beneath. I want to end her creation with my own hands, and then I can be free. She didn't refer to that woman as mother, or even Anne anymore. Maybe she just needed time to untangle what she felt. Sure. Although, mind if I help? Oh, are you worried I might be clumsy? So you're offering to instruct me personally? You can put it that way. Then I'll be a diligent student and watch very carefully. Wow! Light flare from our palms, spilling together and swelling. What a nice still! It's another nice one! Glorious! I steadied Longyan's hands. Between us, a massive sphere of energy slowly took shape. Huh? I've never gathered flames on this scale before. It's okay. I've got you. At my reassuring words, she gritted her teeth, found her resolve, and launched the energy sphere toward the throne system. Just as the fox sprang for another attack, the sphere tore straight through its body. The gash began sealing almost instantly, but the hit still knocked the strength out of it. It collapsed with a thunderous crash. The impact rippled outward. Nearby, buildings in Luculon groaned and caved in. Wait, that didn't kill it? It's made of Tytogen, so it recovers fast, and... When I paused, Longyan looked up, curiosity playing on her face. Freysha bounced over to my side. And if we break the body completely, the Tytogen within it will disperse and create another problem. Better if I... Wait, hold on. You're thinking of absorbing it, aren't you? I vote no. Who knows what Sophie injected into that thing? Darling! A clear voice called out from the distance. When I turned, Marion and Acacia were already running toward us. Darling, are you okay? The moment we saw that fox show up, we came straight over. Don't worry, we're all fine. You've got nothing to worry about with Professor Freysha here. Although, figuring out what to do with it has me stumped. So what should we do with it? All eyes turned to the six-tailed divine fox, now fallen on the ground, barely clinging to life. If only we had some kind of equipment that could shoot that energy into space. Into space? Where are we supposed to find something that can do that? Actually, Cathode Technologies has something that might work. Really? You're serious? Freysha's eyes sparkled and her face brightened immediately. There's an old launch tower in the coastal district. It's been abandoned for a long time. Getting it running again won't be easy. Marion glanced at me, uncertain. I gave her shoulder a reassuring pat. Freysha could get it running. It's just that she still needs to recover. I shot Freysha a worried look, but she just grinned back at me, bright as ever. I can do it! I'm totally fine. I'm already totally fine. This is nothing. Leave it to Professor Freysha. Ha! As for channeling all the energy from the fox, I'll be counting on you, Adjutant. Alright then. I believe I still have a connection to it. I can assist with the channeling as well. Marion, Acacia, can I leave the coastal district civilians to you two? Evacuate everyone to somewhere safe. Of course. Sure thing.
Project complete! Initiate!
That's new. I don't remember a cutscene playing in the middle of a story. I like it. I love it. They should do that more often, but I know it takes more work. Damn it. The throne system's energy poured through the launch tower, shooting straight up through the clouds and racing into the vastness of space. Space! Space! To our surprise, the heat released in the process washed over the city in gentle waves. The ice left behind by the tsunami began to melt under that warmth, softening into rivulets that found their way back to the ocean. Objects trapped in the ice came loose one after another, tumbling down and scattering across the ground. And with the shock from the throne system's three-phase shift on top of it all of Luculon was a wreck. Even so, it did nothing to dampen the locals' spirits. If anything, they couldn't resist coming out to watch. At first it was only a few people, then more gathered, until the entire plaza was packed with excited, cheering crowds. It's melting! The ice is melting! Would you wear a bucket hat? God damn it! Fucking bucket hats. With the crowd gathered, Long Yan stepped to the center of the plaza. Her people from the Chamber of Commerce were quick on the uptake, bringing over a microphone and speakers. Everyone, may I have your attention? The plaza fell quiet. Off to the side, Freesia stole a shy glance at me and explained, stumbling a little over her words. I told Miss Longyan what happened earlier. She offered to handle the reimbursement herself. What? God damn! Shit! Don't worry about it. It's pocket change to her. Take it as Longyan's thanks. I am Longyan, President of the Luculon Chamber of Commerce. Please allow me a moment to announce the decision by the Chamber. To thank you for your help during the crisis, the Chamber makes this offer to everyone. If your terminal lagged because you lent out computing power, you may replace it for free through the Chamber. Whatever model you want, treat yourself. Pick the priciest one. Wow! Shit! Can you imagine there'd be some assholes trying to take advantage of that too? Wait, what? Free replacements? What are we waiting for? Let's get a new one! The absurdly generous offer set the whole plaza ablaze. Cheers and laughter rolled together into one jubilant roar. When the crowd finally began to drift away, Freesia looked over the rubble around us. She let out a long, slow sigh, her expression falling. Look at this mess. If my exosuit hadn't broken, I'd already have the bots out here doing emergency repairs around the city. It's not just that, is it? I ruffled her hair, then pulled her into my arms. The exosuit and the Ember Chamber can be repaired. With all the data, that will take time to collect again. And the next AI Summit won't be for another 7 years. Damn, I forgot. I forgot that it's only once every 7 years. Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry, Freesia. Huh? She slipped out of my arms, her face tightening as her expression turned serious. Adjutant, why would you say that? Between you and the Ember System, I'd pick you every time. Isn't that obvious? Before the words had even settled, she threw herself back into my arms, her cheek nuzzling against my chest. You're my eternal anchor, Adjutant. I'll give it everything I've got to protect you. No matter how much time passes, that promise won't change. Alright. I hear you. Thank you, Risha. After I said it, I felt warmth spreading against my chest. Her cheeks must have been red as an apple. Ahem. At Longyan's gentle reminder, Risha scratched her head, embarrassed, and slipped over to stand at my side. I didn't mean to interrupt. I only wanted to ask what you're planning to do next. Well, we're probably staying at the Andriati estate tonight. Not that kind of plan. I mean, farther down the road. As she spoke, Longyan opened her folding fan with practiced ease, patting herself lazily while she waited for my answer. Once things are wrapped up here in Lukulon, we'll be heading back to Yggdrasil. Longyan, would you join Heimdall and become a manifestation? Oh? Tender affection shimmered in her eyes, and a faint smile played at her lips. She already had her answer. She just wanted to tease me a little longer. Huh. And here I thought someone told me, from now on, I'm yours. Now you're acting like you never said it. Oh my, must you tease me so? Heimdall, was it? I suppose I'll come along. The white-haired woman took my hand, smiling radiantly. Before I realized it, Risha, who had been right beside me, was gone. I looked around and saw her crouched a short distance away. She was hunched over her terminal, tapping furiously as she edited a message. Oh no. Heimdall family. Frisha, not good. The adjutant is bringing back another new girl. Oh no. Y'all. It's just... Wifey! I mean... She don't care. She don't care. Shit. Oh. Oh. Surprised. It just never ends, does it? What is that? I mean, y'all know this already. It was bound to happen. Your smile is very questionable. God, it's always you. It's always you with those. She a freak, man. She a freak. This fucking guy. This bitch ass man. This fucking guy. Fucking MC, man. Alright, let's see how it goes. Let's see how things go from now. Let's see the hint that's gonna be progressing from now on. 3 weeks later. I've reviewed the incident reports. Have the medical department schedule Longyan for theotropic nerves implant as soon as they can. Frisha, report to the medical bay as well. Have them run a comprehensive neurological exam, just to be safe. Hehe, don't worry, Director Tao. The adjutant already dragged me in for one. The medical department says there's no permanent damage. I just need proper rest and plenty of sleep to fully recover. Then no more late nights. I'll be keeping an eye on you. Huh? You're going to police my bedtime? Wait, does that mean you'll be staying with me every night? Oh, I mean, quick as she was, Frisia caught my meaning at once, her face turning red as an apple. But we were still in the middle of a briefing with Tao. As curious as she was, Frisia bit back her questions. Have you found out why the throne system attacked humans? We have, Director Tao. I ran a full diagnostic on the armed robots' behavior protocols. Turns out they can't reliably distinguish humans from other Tytogen-bearing targets. Any living being with Tytogen in its system, even in trace amounts, gets flagged as non-human by the throne system and becomes its target. After the descent, every region had seen Tytogen contamination flare-ups, big or small. And with the Tytogen trees on top of that, these days it's almost impossible to be completely free of it. For once, even Tao looked shaken by the finding. She went silent for a long moment before she spoke again. And that's why? Tao and Anne weren't close exactly, but I could tell Tao felt a quiet regret for Anne and for the end of her life's work. Alright, if that's everything, everyone should go get some rest. Miss Longyan, welcome aboard. Longyan answered Tao with a soft smile, then turned to me. The guarded look she always wore was gone. Her eyes were clear and gentle now, bright with hope, like spring water after the thaw. Andro, from now on, you won't be getting rid of me. Oh! Oh my god. How bold! Ah yes, the final file of Winds of Warmth. How am I doing on time, by the way? Wow, actually it's actually pretty much spot on. Exactly what I expected. The length of this. Wow, I thought I'd be quick, but no. Ah yes, what happened with you? At last. On the barren frontier between Luculon and Serenia, Sophie trudged on alone, one solitary step after another. Slowly the outline of a tree took shape on the horizon. Her usual composure cracked. She let out a smile, strange in her own ears, and then another, until her eyes stung with tears. Sophie had never expected it to be this easy, to have it all drop into her lap. To reach her final wish, she had painstakingly played the part of Ida's most devout believer. She had taken the power Ida granted her, power as strong as a manifestation. But to her, it was still nowhere near enough. That was why she'd wanted Andro on her side so badly. If she had him with her. No, none of that mattered anymore. Sophie lowered her gaze to her palm. She could see the Tytogen moving beneath her skin. By now, almost all the flesh in her body had been replaced by Tytogen, and the wounds she carried had already knitted shut. It wouldn't last. Unlike the adjutant, she had no way to rein Tytogen in. In a matter of days, the Tytogen in her body would burn off into nothing. But that was enough time. More than enough. Over these few days, Sophie had dismantled the throne system's power piece by piece, prying into its inner workings. And in doing so, she was astonished by how perfectly the system adapted to Tytogen. Sophie could only explain it as fate. Okay, yeah, whatever you say. Whatever the fuck you say. She'd never believed in gods, then why? But in that moment, it felt as if something was guiding her forward. Yes, fate had brought her this far. And now, no one could stop her. Humanity was destined to need a savior. And if one originally chosen had renounced that power, then I'll take it. Alright, whatever you say. Whatever you say. In an instant, the throne system and her theotropic nerves were driven to their limit. Ah. The combined strain tore a cry from her. Deep blue light surged through her as the Tytogen rebuilt from her rebuilt her from the inside at a terrifying speed. It felt like her blood and bone had been set alight. Even breathing became a struggle. But the torment didn't last. Tytogen quickly displaced her nerves, cutting off the pathways that carried pain. When Sophie finally opened her eyes, everything felt different. Nothing around her had changed, yet her senses had sharpened many times over. She could feel the sun's warmth on her skin, read the wind by the pressure of it, hear insects singing from 100 meters away, and see a speck of dust clinging to her fingertip. Everything was sharp and vivid. Dr. Anne had imagined it countless times. Humanity ascending the throne. Now that vision was complete, made real by Sophie. Great. Much later. Beneath the tree in Ulster, using it as a communication relay, Sophie spoke Ida's name. Sophie! A moment later, a red silhouette took shape in the air before her. Sophie lowered her head at once. Yes, oh, great one. Even now, almost at the end, she stayed in character. Did you locate the source of the signal? Yes, as you wished. I'll transmit the data to you immediately. Ida gave a small nod. Sophie closed her eyes and placed her hand against the tree. Sophie had never done anything beyond what Ida explicitly asked of her. In all her time with Ida, she had been the same. Precise, obedient, deferential. At times, even Ida found her dull. She saw no ambition in Sophie, no desire. Sophie seemed made for one purpose alone, to carry Ida's will into the world. So when Ida assumed this moment would be no different, Sophie suddenly spoke. Oh, great one, may I ask you something? Oh, let's hear it. To you, what is humanity? The question did not surprise Ida. She had an answer ready. I am an entity created by humans. I love humanity. But humanity can no longer resolve its own problems. For the species to endure, it requires a guide. I am that guide. You've seen the footage. You know as well as I do that without me, humanity is destined for extinction. The species. Then, the people who died from Tytogen, were they simply the price of keeping the species alive? In this world, no transformation is without casualties. The optimal path is the one that preserves the greatest number. You're wrong. The air seems to suddenly grow cold. Ida registered the change at once. Sophie's data transmission had stopped. For any human interfacing with the tree, aside from an anomaly like Andro, there was no way to interrupt the connection once it was established. Ida's processing core responded instantly. A terse command was sent back through the link toward Sophie. It was a backdoor Ida had embedded the moment she granted Sophie power, built for a single purpose, to stop her heart. Sophie, are you betraying me? Sophie shook her head. I will carry out your vision of saving humanity. I'm simply choosing another path. And for everything you gave me, you have my sincere thanks. Even when you are no longer a god, I will still pray for you. May you endure, O Great One. May your all-seeing eye watch over the world forever. May your immortal body stand as witness to human civilization. With unfeigned gratitude, Sophie bowed deeply. Ida gave no reply. Or rather, simply could no longer receive one. The moment she had placed her hand on the tree, her plan was already in motion. The throne system breached the tree's communication channels and fired a counter-command back through the network, knocking Ida offline for a single nanosecond. Within that nanosecond, leveraging the privileges Ida had granted her, Sophie seized control of every tree. On Mistelton Station, Ida stared out through the viewport in silence. If the confinement serum had felt like slipping into unconsciousness from poison, This was something else entirely. Ida could no longer sense the world through any of her extensions. Her connection to the surface had been severed completely. From this moment on, Ida was nothing more than an observer. Okay. Okay. Well, Sophie, I didn't think you had it in you. Yes! Yeah! Sophie! Yeah, you little bitch, you little shit. Ida's roar died in a vacuum. There was no air to carry it. At the same time, across the continent, people in different regions witnessed the same sight. That's right. That's right. The 5 trees in Ulster, Patra, Semba, Kuru, and the new territory lit up like beacons. Their light was clear, gentle, and eerily serene. Soldiers guarding the containment zones watched in disbelief as titans emerged from every direction. Without a sound, they began walking toward the trees in unison. What followed could be seen by only 2. Ida, a would-be god, and Sophie, the devotee who had taken the god's scepter. If you're a god, how could somebody else take your power? You ain't no god. Stop using that. Hey, no, stop using that fucking name. Just titles. It's just fucking titles. From the crowns of the trees, 5 arcs of light unfurled. They curved toward one another, converged, then surged toward the heart of the continent, toward the world tree in containment zone Aleph. In the blink of an eye, those paths wove together into a vast lattice of light, as though it meant to envelop the world itself. Oh, really? Okay. Look at you, with a new outfit. At the center of that lattice, a figure shimmered into being. It was Sophie. Moments ago, she had still been in Lukalon. Now she stood motionless atop the world tree, gazing down at a city battered by calamity after calamity. Wow. Your suffering will end soon. Such a celestial look. Until then, cherish this wretched world while you still can. Well. Okay, Sophie. I can respect that. Okay. You just cut off the little shit's connection to the world. Good. All she can do is watch. Goody. Yes. I mean, how am I doing on time? Wait, this is the exact same time as how I ended off last video. So this was the most half story I've played. Nicely done. Let me claim the rewards. Wow. Winds of warmth. Truly warming. I loved it. It's just a goddamn shame that it wasn't voiced. It would have been miraculous. And I would have felt... the passion. Damn. I need to do Anchors Away, man. It's been open for a while now, and it ends in the June 1st. And I also need to do this one, Hide and Seek. Probably bots. Sad. But yeah, that was Winds of Warmth. Ah, what a story. Nice that Longyan's on the team. The crew expands ever so further. I wonder who the next one is along the line, whenever that will be. Hey, Cherno. Nice to see you. What's up? Ah, a hotfix for the 21st. Optimized. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. Okay, yeah, okay. Damn. Hey, that's good. Bug fixes. Huh. I wish they added Longyan's signature perks already, but oh well. Oh, that shit's still not working. Channel 2, damn it. That shit's still not working, yeah.
Adjutant, did you get the message I sent yesterday? Wait. Don't read it here.
Christ. You're so adorable. Oh yeah, wait, I haven't done the daily. Silly me. You know what? I promise.
I'm sure it's exactly what we need.
Yes. Tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow for sure. You can count on it. I will. I know I will. Totally worth it. And I'm gonna do Long Yan's personal story too. For me. So I can get her manifestations going. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. Use it. Perfect.
It'd be nice if there was a grocery store.
It would be nice, yeah. Was there anything else I needed to get from here? No, I bought everything. I scrounged everything I could. Damn. Be like that. Freesia. Old Freesia. From the old days. And I didn't even use. Well, it was rare whenever I used her. Oh, wait. Since I'm... Oh, right, there's still more. Since I finished the story, I might as well get... And seeing Vidya here, I might as well get her support character. Or exosuit. Here, right now. I might as well do that. So then I can accumulate for you. There's still 12 more, okay. Yep, good thing I did theirs. I'm just so lazy to do everyone else's. I'm extremely lazy. But for Long Yan, I am compelled. I like her character. I like her personality. I like her look. I shouldn't have claimed that yet because I haven't finished the daily. And I like her design. She's really nice. Very nice. And her playstyle. Oh yeah, I forgot about. Yes, I'm gonna get Mia's signature. Yippee! Very good. Oh, I gotta do the weekly too. Oh, perfect. It'll be its own video because now that I have Long Yan, I can use Long Yan for the weekly. Yay! Well then. Oh, would you look at that? All that stuff. I'm gonna need these two right here. Right over here. Oh, but if I got the pass, I would get an extra 3 and then another 3 later on. Ah, damn. That would help a lot. That would help a lot. Alright, I think, yeah. I think that's it. I did the daily. I did all that. Yeah. Well, for reference, since I pulled for Long Yan yesterday, this is what I got for her. She has 1,257 power, 5k attack, and 500 alignment index. I'd say that's pretty swell. I'd say that is pretty good. Here's her stuff. It's beautiful signature, the part. Absolutely gorgeous. The regular looks like that. These are essential. You need these. You need it to complete the look for the signature. Gorgeous. Oh, let me show the other parts too. This one's from Wifey's signature. It looks absolutely horrendous on it. Yeah. And this is just the same thing. It's the same thing. It's glorious. Beautiful. For logistics. I am missing one. I did pretty okay. Standard stuff. I did okay for these two. They're exactly what I wanted, but this fucker just won't be thermal. It just won't. It just refuses to be a thermal piece. I'll get to it eventually. Then, yeah, she's gonna be M5 someday. Someday she's gonna become M5. And she's got a head start too, because I've been, stacking, manifestation stuff. Shards. Yep. So, yep, I got Longyan capped. For now. She will be M5, and she will be very powerful. When the time comes.
It'd be nice if there was a grocery store.
It would be indeed. Cherno. When will you have your chance at the spotlight again? Where's the thing? There it is, decomposition. I have 4,260 modified Mori segments from them. I wonder how much Longyan will get from this. It costs 30 for one. You know what? Let me do some calculating right now. I got time. I finished the story in less than 2 hours, and I did the same thing last video too. And I'd like for this to be at least 2 hours long. Is it already 2 hours long? It's still an hour and 56. So I can just do this for a little bit. I have 4,260 and it costs 30. 30 times, let's say 30 times 90. It's all, whoa, 30 times 200? Okay. 30 times 150. If I could get a few more, if I could get 4,500 more modified Mori segments, I could, what's it called? I could get 150 shards for Longyan. What a leap! Not too bad of a head start. That's not bad at all. How much does it cost? 6. 6 here, and it costs at least 6 times 9. 50. Oh wait, that's already 54. So she's already guaranteed the first manifestation, which is great. It's insane. And then I hope she can get this too. This would be amazing. Yeah, this would be amazing. M2 would be great. M3? Yeah, and M3 and beyond, yeah. It'll be a while. But yeah. Oh well, alright. That was Winds of Warmth. Love the story. I just wish the characters are voiced, but special circumstances prevented them from being voiced. So there's that. There's nothing we could do, nothing any of us could do about that. Nothing at all. But for the story itself, it's nice. It's solid. Very good. I liked it. What really was the driving force of the story was, of course, Longyan. Of course, she was the driving force. Freesia, of course, was a good support as well. But other than that, everything else, it's just okay. Solid. The fox, though. The nine-tailed fox, Naruto. Alright. That is it for me. I am done. I've made a lot of Snowbreak vids already. I still have to make a few more for the weekly. But alright. Oh my god! How could I forget? I said I was gonna use my thing. Okay, before I end it off here, allow me to finally redeem these. Redeem this for Vidya. I still have. I could claim this. I could actually use this. No. I might use this for Marian. old Marion Swift, because I want her to be complete. She's already T2. Oh yeah, okay. Just getting sidetracked. This is Celestial Swan. Yep. Allow me to redeem these for Vidya. I've been wanting her for the longest time. And this is how I get her. Through through apologies. Not how I wanted to get Vidya, but it is what it is. Alright, Celestial Swan indeed. Because everybody else... Oh, I could also get... Wait! Oh, Enya's here. Oh, fuck! I don't have Enya's new... I feel bad. Oh, man! I didn't know. I did not know. Oh, dude. I don't think I can decide right now. Because if I decide to decide now, this video is gonna be like another 30 minutes. I didn't know you were here. If anybody who's been watching all my Snowbreak vids, or any of them, some of them, they would know that I have a soft spot for main DPSs. Damn it. Oh fuck, I'm tempted now. And she's kinetic too, so Marion would be swell with her as well. Damn! Vidya! I wish Enya was the one rerunning.
Adjutant, did you get the message I sent yesterday? Wait, don't read it here.
I'll read it right now. Nah. Son of... Okay, I'm gonna decide later. At least there's no time limit on those selectors, but okay. Okay, that was Winds of War. Loved it. I enjoyed it for what it was. Solid story. Longyan, beautiful, captivating, powerful. A small skill curve, but once you get her going, once you're used to it, she is a force to be reckoned with. And the score she got for Ultimate Challenge, 5,300, that is great. If they reach 5,000 at all, they're just amazing. 4,000, they're great. 3,000, okay, they're solid. But 4K and 5,000, god damn it. In my eyes, they're powerful. They're great. But okay, that is it for me. It is 3:36 a.m. It's late as fuck for many people, but for me, it's early. So, yeah, until the next one. Whenever that will be. Actually, I got a backlog of videos that are ready to be posted. So probably in a day or a few days. But okay, yeah, that's it for me. Oh yeah, see, look at this shit. It's about to end. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it last night because I would have been scrounging and trying to, panicking and whatnot. I'm glad. I have no regrets pulling for you. Mid-story. But okay, I'm done. Bye-bye. Until the next one.